Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me here today on this beautiful sunny afternoon. I wanted to continue where I left off before I went away on my Beginner's Guide to Frugal Living Part 2. I have 9 more tips to share with you. So get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee or a beverage of your choice, and let's get started. So the first tip I have, number 11, is do not let anyone or anything make you feel bad for changing your lifestyle and trying to live more frugally. And this can be from social media, any kind, on like TV, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything. Your family, your friends. I find that family can be the most critical, judgmental, but you gotta remember that they are not going to be the ones to pay for you, pay your bills, and pay off all your debt, and then take care of you after you retire. You are. So really just focus on your end goals and your own nest. So really, I know this is hard, and this was really hard for me too when I first started, but you just gotta, start having your own fun, and eventually they'll see how great and happier you are, and they will, leave you alone, which is kind of what happened to me. Number 12 is make changes gradually. It can become overwhelming if you try to change everything all in one day or all in 1 week. So what I did was, first I just started tracking all my spending, and that in itself was pretty overwhelming because I didn't realize how much money I was actually wasting on just, pardon my language, but crap and things I didn't need. So I really had to change a few things. First was eating out, shopping for clothing and toys less. And once I stopped doing those 3 things, were the first 3 things to go, I saved a lot of money, and this helped me make other changes in my life. But I started there first. Number 13. Again, or it's kind of rolls in from number 12, is to start doing more things on your own, doing more DIYs. So for me, that was cooking, and then it went from cooking to making my own gifts for people, to making my own cards, like greeting cards, to making our own toys. Barbies are very expensive, and the accessories are crazy, insanely expensive for what you actually get. So we just started, doing a lot more DIYs in that area as well. Making my own bread, making my own cookies, and any other kind of treats that we were craving, instead of running out to the store and buying them right away. And then, cleaning your own house, anything that you can do on your own and make on your own, just, start learning one thing at a time. Not everything, and this is where the make changes gradually comes in. Just start with one thing at a time. Number 14 is to keep your eyes and ears open. You never know what kind of opportunities come with anything that you might receive. So take advantage of every opportunity. I have a couple of examples. For one, our neighbor would have this tree that had all these apples that would just fall on the ground, and they would just leave them there and they rotted and went away. But my mom actually went over and asked if she could have the fallen apples and she would clean up after. And they were like, of course, yeah. So she would go and got buckets and buckets full of ground apples, all the apples that fell to the ground, and she would make jellies and juice from them. And this would be gifts and last her, a whole year. And, this was basically free. All she had to pay was the time that it took her to make all this stuff. So, and the second example is free clothing. A lot of times we get free, well, I don't know, but we get free clothing. A lot of people just give my mom stuff and then she gives me stuff. And then I've had people bring me clothes from, other family members, friends, and, acquaintances even from church. And sometimes you get clothes that don't fit you, or they don't fit your style. Whatever the reason, you can still either hem them to make them fit you, or change the style to fit you, or my favorite is to use the fabric, because fabric is really expensive in the stores, and there is so many things that you can use the fabric for. You can use them to make pillows, doll clothes, doll bedding, even you can use them to make and quilts, baby blankets, and other many things, bags. I mean, this is just off the top of my head, but there are many things that you can use old clothes for that don't necessarily mean just to wear them as is. So again, just keep your eyes and ears open and look at everything that comes your way with a different perspective. Just because you get a cup doesn't mean you have to use it as a cup. It can be a plant holder, it can be a pencil holder, it can be, a gift that you put like candies in and give it away. There are so many different ways to use things that just aren't what it is made for. Number 15 is start learning new skills. Never stop learning. You can learn how to sew, you can learn how to cook, garden, building things, learning a new language to get a better job. There are so many things that you can learn that you can to do more things on your own. So I would say learning is one of my favorite things to do. I never stop. I'm still learning something new almost every day, if not at the very least every week. And this has kept me from, having to spend a lot of money, because when I want to do something, instead of hiring someone, I could try doing it myself first, except for, really big jobs like plumbing and electrical, that kind of thing. Number 16 is give up expensive hobbies and or collections. If you are in debt or you have absolutely no savings, I wish I could say that you should continue doing all these things that you enjoy doing. But for me and for most people, if you're collecting old cars or collecting new coins and stamps, those can get really expensive, whatever the collection might be. So just stop collecting, and unless you're making money from it, then for a time you're going to have to stop. And as well as hobbies. For instance, my old hobby was to go shopping every weekend, and that was costing me hundreds of dollars a month, if not more than that. So I stopped shopping, and I started shopping my own house, or I just did other things instead of shopping. There's so many things to do instead of spend money, and I have a couple videos on that as well. But unless you are making money from your collections or hobbies, you're going to have to stop and find something else to do instead. Which brings me to my next tip, is to find or make frugal hobbies or money making without spending anything, or spending very little by using building from scraps that you got for free or very cheap. For instance, I love Barbies. I always have, and they are very expensive. So what we started doing, I haven't bought anything in a long time, but I still have quite a few secondhand dolls where I would, when you buy them from the secondhand store, a lot of times they have marker and their hair is just all over the place. So I started cleaning them up, fixing them, and then dressing them, and then selling them. I would buy them for $1 and then sell them for $2. I mean, it's not a whole lot of money, but it satisfied my need to play with dolls and fix them up, and then make a couple extra dollars if I sold $2. So, yeah. Or you can, if you're canning, you can sell your canned goods, or if you sew, you can make things and sell that kind of stuff. But definitely find ways to make extra money with the things that you enjoy doing from your hobbies. Number 18 is to stop buying disposables. They are so wasteful, for one, environmentally unfriendly, and you're literally throwing your money down the drain. Or if you can't afford to replace something, my suggestion would be to start reusing your disposables. For instance, I have a whole video on how to keep reusing your disposable shavers. And while you're doing this, if even like paper towels, I don't buy paper towels anymore, but I always reuse them more than once, and by doing that you can save a lot of money. And just baggies, I don't buy baggies, but I'm always getting them from people bringing things to me in my house, and so I keep them. I don't throw them away, but yeah, just reuse them. And while you're reusing your disposables, you could save that extra money to buy a reusable in the future, if that makes sense. So let's say you spend $1 a month every year on baggies. If you keep reusing them and you don't have to spend that $12 plus tax a year, you can buy a reusable ones with that money that you're saving from reusing your plastic wrap and stuff like that. And my last one is use what you have, which I have said over and over and over and over and over on this channel. But there are so many things that we have in our own homes. If you live in North America, we are very privileged people, and most of us, even if we don't make a whole lot of money, we still have more than enough that we could possibly need for the rest of our life. And just use what you have instead of buying something right away. For instance, my coffee maker, which I got for free, broke. So instead of going out and buying a new coffee maker, it just stopped working. Like the whole plug outlet, I don't know what wrong, but I just boil water now, and then I pour it where it would normally percolate the water into there. So now I just do that on my own, and even though I could go out and buy a secondhand one, this one would end up in the landfill. So I can just boil water, and it will take me a little bit longer because I have to stand there and do it. But it's better than wasting money and wasting resources and buying a new one. So there you have it. Those are my 19 tips on frugal living, a beginner's guide. Anyone can do it. You don't have to do it all in one day or even in all in 1 year. It's taken me years, and trust me, I am still learning, and I'm still trying my very best, and hopefully I can be of some help to you guys. If you have any questions or requests, I will be doing some requested videos this next month. So let me know in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your support and kind and loving words. I love you all. And as always, I hope you have a frugabulous day. Bye.